next live stream here. So let me zoom in here a little bit. There we go. Okay, I guess that's still not focusing good. Come on. It's focusing here on the paint pots. Strange. Well, I think we have to live with that, or can we? That's definitely too close. Okay. I think we can live with that. Oh, hello, Dave Dodge and Alun. Welcome to my little live stream here. So, let's adjust the camera a little bit better. Okay. I think I can live with that. Can you? By the way, can you hear me good? Is the audio quality okay? So, let's grab a few colors, maybe this and that here. Put a little bit on the painting palette. So, what you can see here is, well, Stormcast Eternal, obviously. And this is just a little side project from me. Right now, someone asked me in the comments how to paint a magenta colored Space Marine, and I was training a little bit here with the color, but yeah, it's actually quite hard to achieve that. And now I think, yeah, it's a good time as ever to finish up the model. So, you guys watching here my stream, or later the video on YouTube, well, tell me what you're painting while you're watching, if you're painting while you're watching. Some might want to paint along, some just want to listen. Hello, Tanasi, there. Tanasi Geronimos. Interesting name. So right now I'm tidying up the dark blue parts here that were not previously in a good covering stage, or that I might have rubbed off during the painting process. Ah, Alun is magnetizing a Redemptor Dreadnought. Interesting. What exactly are you magnetizing? The arms? Or only the weapons that stick out? Or what exactly? A little bit of blue here and a little bit of blue there. The weapons. The arms have okay joints, just to twist and remove arms if need be. Yeah, I have a Redemptor Dreadnought, but the easy to build one, and there you can twist, turn the arms off. And also all the other Dreadnoughts that I have came across in my miniature painting career had also nice joints that you can simply switch out the arms. I love the contrast between the beak and the purple. Yeah, yeah, that's mainly because yellow and purple are contrasting colors. So yeah, you need in your miniatures some form of contrast to make it interesting, be it color contrast, like for example complementary colors like yellow and purple, or green and red, or yellow and blue, or something like that. Or you have a light dark contrast, like for example in non-metallic metals, um, or a warm cold contrast, which I'm also achieving here. So the main body of the miniature with the magenta is kind of warm, but all um, the cloth will be in a colder colder blue tone, and then you have also the warm color of the golden armor with the browns in the shadows, that are also warm colors. Contrast is important on your miniatures, not only contrast paints. And also with the hot temperatures right now, a wet palette is quite important. So if you're using a wet palette, what kind of wet palette are you using? As you can see, I'm using here the Games Workshop wet palette. Strange thing is only that they ship the wet palette with filled with static grass. That's really strange, instead of your normal paper and sponge. Yeah, you see my painting desk is not that big, and this here is absolutely the perfect size to fit here my painting desk. Every other wet palette I've found on the market is way too big for me and for my purposes here. But what kinds are you using? Do you use uh, wet pellets do it yourself, like a Tupperware box, or here, like in my case here, on a static grass container, or are you using wet pellets from branded manufacturers like Red Grass Games or the Army Painter? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Or if you're using a wet pellet at all. Some people might only use plastic sheets. So, Tennessee. I have the other model with a Dracos and the same guy with a Warhammer. And the box art suggests blue for the skin, but I want to make uh, but I make but I want to make silver the armor. What would you suggest? The same guy with the Warhammer. Um, you mean I don't know what model you exactly mean. Do you have the name for the model? Oliver Fine says, I use the same one as you, the static rest container. It seals up really well. Yes, of course. Here, you can see, this is absolutely nice and tight, snug, tight fit, sealed. And the good thing about this, it has this little recess here that makes it super easy to open up the box again. Several of the wet pellets on the market don't have that, and it's really hard to open them. So again, here Tanasi, what miniature with the model with the Dracoth and the same guy with the Warhammer Dracoth? You mean Vendor's Hammerhand, the special character model from the set before? I have him painted up actually 2 times. Well, he's not in my grabbable reach. He's in the other room, but on my Instagram you can see him. So what would I suggest? And the box art suggests blue for the skin, but I want to make silver the armor. What would you suggest? So your question is what kind of skin for the Dracoth you want to use with silver armor? So silver armor. Silver is a relatively cold color, except against here the gold armor. Let me see. I have here. It's a little dusty, but I have here. Yeah, Vendor's Hammerhand, like I thought. I have here the I don't know her character model name, but she's also a Lord Arcanum here on the beast, and I went for a cold warm contrast with a cold steel color for the armor, and then an orange for the beast, and blue scales. So if that helps you, I hope it helps. And it's very dusty. Stood for a few years now on my shelf. I love that first edition Age of Sigmar box set with the Vendor's Hammerhand, one of the beasts GW have done, the best GW has done. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So now let's continue with the paint job here. Yeah, I've painted Vendor's Hammerhand relatively recently. My Vendors has a green scale on the Dracoth and gold armor, obviously, and blue cloaks. I would show you him on my phone, but, well, unfortunately, I'm using the phone to record this live stream, so that's a no-go then. Hello, happy to catch a live stream. Model looks like... Hello, George Shannon. Model looks like a smiley. Looks like fun, you mean? Yeah. It is a pretty nice miniature to have in your collection. It is relatively cheap to grab on eBay. I have several of those. Here's another one. And I have already painted 2 up for my army. So, yeah. But he's relatively cheap. He's an awesome looking miniature. And you can train yourself in painting with this guy over and over again. It's an awesome miniature. I love it. So I'm painting this one up here for eBay as well as my Vender's hammer, Helden hammer. So if you're on eBay Germany, you will find him there. So if you want to own a girl painted miniature, one is up for grabs right now. So anything blue left? Yes, here. Put it close to the camera, like that. And then slowly put it back. You mean for focus? Like that, and then... I could paint like here. This would be sharper. Hello, how's your name called? Zeroa6. Hi, awesome miniature. Well, nice of you to drop by my stream. Oh, and by the way, last time someone asked if I could activate super chats, and I think I have switched it on. So if you want to use super chats, it is now available, hopefully. Oops. We have a color quake. No. Okay, that should be golden. There. A bit more blue. Oh, and I totally forgot this strap here. I watched your video streaming test, so I was waiting for this. Yeah. Do you paint any other types other than figures? You mean busts, or more painting on canvas or something like that? What do you mean exactly? Well, I specialize in miniature painting. That's my hobby. I am trained in fine arts. I was in art university. I've learned to paint with oils and acrylics and aquarelle. It almost looks alive. Yeah, the hands are so lifelike. Like cars or military kits. No, that's not my kind of stuff. I have built one Tamiya kit in the past of a Ferrari when I was about 12, 13. And I have made one model kit of a tank. about the same age range, but that's about it. What brush are you using right now? Well, this is a Rotmaler Echt Kolinsky size 3. Kolinsky brush. Yeah, this whole thing should also be blue. I usually paint with this size. Size 3 is absolutely the perfect size brush for your all-round brush. It is big enough to hold a good amount of paint, so you don't have to apply the paint to the brush every 2 seconds. It doesn't dry out the paint like a super small tiny brush doing. Are Kolinsky brushes really expensive? Depends on where you're buying your brush from. So if you go to an art store, you can buy Kolinsky brushes for relatively cheap to super expensive. It is completely dependent on the manufacturer, or if you're well, paying the brand name or just the brush. There are many painters on YouTube, but for years I have seen you not only because of the style you have, but also because of how relaxed and enjoyable you paint. Thank you very much. Well, I've seen also many painters here on YouTube, and several of them use a very clean editorial style. They make neat cuts in their videos and make video transitions and all that fancy video style. But well, I'm just lazy. I'm just recording my hobby here and trying to give a little bit of inspiration to my fellow YouTubers here out there, my tubies. My goal is not to have 1 million followers and make 3,000 bucks a month. I make with YouTube maybe 100 euro in 3 months. So that's not really really big money here. This is a very low budget operation. Low budget one girl operation. So yeah, let's start with highlights now. A Vallejo airbrush, or an airbrush with Vallejo colors. Are you excited for the possibility of the new Lord of the Rings minis for the new Amazon series coming up? To be honest, no, not at all. I'm not interested in the Lord of the Rings game or minis. Mainly because of 2 reasons: money issues and the size of the miniatures. So I prefer bigger miniatures, like here, for example, Space Marines, Stormcast Eternals, everything in the scale of 32 millimeters and up. Because over the years, well, my eyesight has deteriorated over the years, and well, nowadays I need glasses to paint, and Lord of the Rings miniatures are simply too tiny for me. I don't like them. Second of all, the price ever since the introduction of new miniatures from the Hobbit movies, the prices for Lord of the Rings miniatures exploded, and I thought to myself, nope, not anymore. I'm not spending a single dime on Lord of the Rings miniatures anymore. Yeah, and that was the end for Lord of the Rings area of me. Yes, I know back in the day I made several Lord of the Rings miniature speed paintings like Aragorn or Gandalf, and painted Saruman and some Urukai, but honestly I never had anyone to play with. I never played Lord of the Rings even once, and I still have some painted Urukai here, but I have nobody to play with or against, and not interested anymore. So even if Games Workshop prolongs the shelf life of their Lord of the Rings hobby now with the Amazon introduction, not my cup of tea, sorry. I know I get the question relatively frequent, would you make Lord of the Rings miniatures again? Nope, sorry, not gonna happen. You can only concentrate on so many things. I get asked, do you paint Imperial Guard or Eldar or make tutorials for the new Avatar of Cain or demons or Chaos Space Marines in general or make this and that, and guys, I don't have the money to buy all the stuff. It's not like I sold my soul to GW and get all their stuff for free. No, I have to buy all this stuff. So I can only paint the things that I enjoy painting, and well, this is only that you can see on my miniature streams or videos. Sure, if I had 1 million followers and get super chats in my live streams here over and over and over again, so I get a few thousand euros per stream, and then the YouTube monetization on top of that. Sure, I could go ahead and buy all the new fancy stuff that GW produces. I could buy me a new 3D printer and buy this and that and that. But right now, that's not an option. So, hello again to everyone else who switched on the stream. We have over 24 viewers right now. That's really nice. Hi, Tubies. Nice to have you on my stream. Today we are painting here Stormcast Eternal. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to... oh, the chat stopped scrolling for a while. Sorry for that. Valiokas, hi. Do you play a mini wargame on tabletop simulator on stream? No, I don't. Alexandra, are you still adding miniatures to your army of Stormcast? I played with a classic line. I have not bought anything new, 3rd edition. Well, I have the Dominion box set bought, and also the Archer guy with the two Griffhounds, but other than that, I haven't bought anything recently for Stormcast Eternals. I have a really big backlog of Stormcast miniatures. Good evening, greetings directly from Portugal. Hello, MP Plastico. Nice to have you on my stream. So what I'm doing right now here is I'm picking out the high spots of the cloak and simply highlighting them. And again, color quake here. By the way, here from Argentina. Well, hello to Argentina from Germany. Nice to have folks from all around the world here. I used to have a 3D printer, paid 100 for new waste of money. Those things are. Huh? Well, a 3D printer is, in my opinion, not a waste of money. Only if you don't have the STL files to print the things that you like. Also, it depends on what kind of 3D printer you're using. So if you have a 3D printer with a plastic, what is it called, an FDM printer, I think. Well, the print quality on that for miniatures is terrible, but it is really good for terrain. So if you want to print out large amounts and bigger things for terrain, then FDM printers are the way to go. It was the Ender 3 Pro. Let me check what kind of printer that is. 1 second. Ender 3 Pro. Yeah, that looks like an F printer. So, what kind of stuff have you tried to print with that? And why are you not satisfied? Have you tried to print, well, gaming miniatures with that? Because if you try to print terrain with it, it can be really good. One thing I have always loved from your paint style is how easy you improvise schemes, or maybe you make it look very simple because you're a genius at that is. Well, it's simply a case of I'm used to painting miniatures, and I know what colors work well together, and I have my general all-purpose colors that I use for almost anything, and they go with almost every paint scheme, and that way, even on the fly, you can simply grab a bunch of colors and then make something look nice. Necromantic Wolf, I just want to tell you thank you. I've watched your videos since I was around 15 or 16. I'm 30 now. Was always too afraid to paint when I was younger, and your tutorials got me to paint, so thank you. Well, glad you like my videos, and that I could be of service for you to help you achieve your painting goals. If only a handful of people get something useful out of my videos, then, well, that's all I need for a reward. Like I said before, I'm not making this here to make tons of money or get super famous. I just want to have fun with my own hobby. When I started, I thought to myself, okay, you couldn't do that better than the people around here on the YouTube platform, and all they do is monetize their stuff and have only 2 or 3 things for free, and that way you get more into painting, get your miniatures painted, get over your painting slump, because you have something to paint for your YouTube channel, and well, people might learn something from that. Yes, I've always enjoyed your videos where you show schematics, tests on Marines, Stormcast, etc. that are really inspiring. From Pedro Nogueria, Nogueria. Do you have a 3D printer repaired, or did you give up? Still haven't convinced myself to buy one. No, my 3D printer is still out of order. I have no idea what's wrong with it. It doesn't move, it doesn't buckle, nothing works, and I'm not a technician. I have no idea how to fix it. And I don't have the money to buy a new one. Hey Alexandra, suppose I should start painting my Deepkin. Yeah, do it. The Red Scout, do it. Do it. I remember you carved the belly of a grift charger like this once. Yes. Here I made a little bit of green stuff work for my other one. So now let's add a little bit more of the other blue to make it even brighter. A little bit more water in it. There we go. There we go again. So, do you have any nice topics I could talk about? From Cameron Frost, I've been watching your videos since 2014. Love your work. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would say the same, but I don't know your work. So, by the way, if you want to check out my work that I've recently done, you can go to Instagram. My account there. Oh, damn it. My account there is YT for YouTube _ girl painting. Again, YT _ girl painting. Because the username girl painting was taken, obviously. Like always. From Zeroa6, well, I have to go to work. But I'll finish watching the video later. I'm so glad you're doing this live shows. Hopefully we will see many more. Thank you. Have a nice day. This makes me want to purchase me a miniature from Scorn4242. Got some Arcalian Guard to paint. Bye, Zero. Yeah, then paint those guard. Grab your brush and paint. Paint along. Paint along, paint along. Everything to see here. Paint along. I hope the microphone doesn't pick up my breathing too hard. I'm relatively close to the microphone, I guess. Sometimes on my other camera, the breathing is a little bit overwhelming, even though I don't I hear that myself. From Mighty Pie, just finished some minis, time to relax. Well, then just relax here, watching me paint. Watch me paint and watch paint dry. The most exciting and relaxing channels on YouTube. I'll probably get something medieval or a Warhammer. Oh. Well, if I have no topics to talk about, then I'm a little bit silent, concentrating here on my paint job. But if you want me to talk about anything, just ask away. If you have any painting related questions that I could answer, go ahead. Ask them. I'm right here, right now. Got any big projects on the go? I have loved your recent Necrons. Yes, my biggest program right now are the Necrons. So far, I have painted 2 Necron warriors, 6 scarab swarms, 1 old Necron tomb spider, and 1 Scorpic lord, Scorpic destroyer lord. That's my army so far, and lots more to come. I just yesterday got me 5 Necron Immortals from the Warhammer Imperium magazine. Those will be exciting to paint. Space Wolves, do you have that in your collection? I have that in mine. I'm building my army so far. No, I don't collect Space Wolves. But I have in the past. I had a Space Wolf army once, but I sold it years ago. How big do you see that army getting? Well, right now my collection of Necrons is the following: about 40 Necron warriors, 5 immortals now, then 15 flayed ones, 6 Scorpic destroyers. Then I have 2 Necron lords, 1 Scorpic destroyer lord. What else do I have? Necron tomb spiders. I have 3 of the new ones and 1 old one. Scarab swarms, at least 20. Then obviously everything else that comes with the Imperium magazine in the future. I'm right now at issue number 29, I guess. So there will be a Necron Tombstalker in the future, and a Locust Destroyer, and one Doomstalker is in the bunch, I believe. Then Tomb Blades, some Necron Wraith are also in there. Oh, and I have a Cryptek, a Plasmancer, and yeah, a Cryptek and one Plasmancer. Oh, and the Annihilation Barge is also in the magazine that will be coming. Yeah, that are basically the plans for my Necron army. So now let's go for the final highlights here on the cloth. But until I finish the Necrons, a whole bunch of time will pass between that, because I still have 3 other armies to paint. Like my Space Marines, and my Death Guard, and my Stormcast Eternals. Oh, and not to forget my Nighthaunt. 4 armies. Oh, and here and there some Imperial Knights. I still have 3 unpainted Imperial Knights and a bunch of Armigers. Yeah, my backlog is big. Sorry. Oh yeah, your Death Guard. I got myself a Death Guard mini to paint. I might do that next. Yeah, do that. Death Guard is really, really fun to paint. So normally it takes me very long to find a color scheme for an army. So for example, for the Necrons, I was searching for 3 years, I guess. But the Necron, the Death Guard search would become my color scheme, because normally I start painting test model after test model after test model, and well, the test models became my army. So in the case of my Death Guard, every single Death Guard miniature is painted totally differently from the last. So I don't have a coherent color scheme for my Death Guard, other than the coherency that everyone is different. I use them as some sort of color testing pool. I test new color schemes on them. I test new weathering methods, all that kind of good stuff. For example, the Necron color scheme derived from a model from my Death Guard army. If you go on my Instagram, you will find a Death Guard miniature painted in teal, and that is how I came up with the Necron color scheme. So I can highly recommend you grab yourself some Death Guard miniatures and simply start painting. Slap on those paints, do all kinds of experiments, and you have a lot of fun. Painting Death Guard is super fun. even if it is a shallow army and you have only so much different units to paint, but nevertheless, it's a cool army. Really cool army. My battery loading is not that great here on my phone right now. The charge. I hope it lasts a while longer. So if I'm suddenly away, suddenly shut down, then obviously the battery life of my cell phone died. Hello Revenant, welcome to my stream. My TP, I'm just looking at the ones on the disco, so many great ideas, can't decide where to start, but it's gotta be something utterly new, I think. Well, the thing is, utterly new and totally unique are things that you have to erase from your mind, because there is no such thing as a unique paint job, because let's face it, everything we do somebody has done before. We are only copying and reimagining stuff. But reimagining is sometimes also very fun. So I think the blue on this guy is acceptably done. Would you think? Wouldn't you think so? I hope you like it. So now I need a break. Don't forget to drink. Always hydrate good enough. Pedro Nogueira, a very nice paint job. Thank you. Thank you very much. But it's not done. Well, not done. Very nice indeed. Yeah, thank you. So, there we have another coffin nail. So let's get her back in the scene so you have something nice to look at. Ta-da. So, let's chat a little. What is on your painting desk, guys? What do you have to paint right now? So, what else is to do here? Obviously here the ornaments will be painted. Guilliman Huot. I'm painting Abaddon the Despoiler. Oh, that's an ambitious project. Good luck with that. He's a very imposing miniature. Not good luck. I mean, have fun painting him. No luck involved. Yeah, what else to paint here? Like I said, here the ornaments here in gold, then red crystals. The armor needs to be highlighted. Some minor details, like the beak and some in the eyes, the talons and the hoofs, and then making the base. And then I can call him done. So far I have set about 3 hours on him already. And sorry guys for those that are patiently waiting that something's going to happen. I'm on a little break right now here. I have a couple of Stormcast Eternals on my desk for way too long waiting to be finished. Well, grab your brush and don't let go until they're painted. So, but brush care is also a must. A good thing about the Kolinsky brushes, they hold their tip for very, very long. If I compare that to synthetic brushes, they last about a week and then they develop a hook, and that's horrible. So a brush like this here cost about between 6 and 15 euros, and it will last you for a month if you treat it right. So, back to painting. For example, this here is the same brush, and you can see here the tip is totally ruined over time, but he has still use. So, for example, applying metal colors, or picking up colors from the paint pot, or something like that. Every brush has its purpose, even if it's old and battered. Sometimes I paint entire miniatures with this brush, even though it doesn't have a really nice tip. The thing is, very expensive brushes don't make you a good painter. But a good painter can make the best out of a good brush. So you don't have to paint with $15 or $20 paint brushes. Just pick the standard GW brushes or army painter brushes or synthetic brushes for €1. It doesn't matter. As long as you apply paint to your miniature, you will learn and learn and learn. And then, when the time comes, you can appreciate a €50 brush for what it is and what it can provide to you. But a beginner won't have the same experience with a €15 brush. So, for example, here these Artis Opus. They are super expensive. I have one of them. They're basically the same as this one here. And this is a €1 makeup brush. The price does not always determine the quality of the brush. Sometimes you just pay the brand price. Alfred Ranford, hello from England. Just wanted to ask if you have any tips for painting silver iron armor on Space Marines. Well, it's basically the same like for Stormcast Eternals. Space Marines have very big armor panels, and you can approach them in different ways. Way number one would be to simply paint them with dry brushing. So you start with a black base coat, and then you apply your first dry brush with a very dark silver, and then take the next dry brush with a brighter silver, and make then some final highlights with some mithril silver from Max Lee Fox. Looks awesome, Alexandra. Thank you. So, for example, here you see this scale armor. You see here I have really dark metal tones here, and then here in this area I used bright silver tones, and here in between I used washes to give the scales more defined and more definition. Same goes here for the sword. I have a little transition here from a dark metal to a bright metal here, and some black wash here in the recesses. Or, for example, on this miniature here, all the cat hair and dust, sorry for that. You can see here that I've painted her almost in a true metallic metal style. You have here dark metal tones in the recesses, then here at the round tip here, like for example on the shoulder pad for a Space Marine, brighter highlights, then edge highlights here with a bright silver, and so on. So painting metal tones is basically exactly the same like painting normal surfaces. Pedro Nogueira. Speaking of brushes, the most expensive one I have are the Winsor & Newton Series 7, and I won't go further than that. More than enough for me. Yeah, I heard lots of good things about the Series 7 brushes, but personally I have not tried them for myself. So I can't speak towards or against them. So, for example, here, you see, I have here painted this here in gold, and then gone over it with a wash, so you have some recess shading. And now I'm simply painting the upper surface, again with the gold. For metal, it would be the same with using lead belcher, for example. You see, I'm leaving a little bit of the other gold behind and a little bit of the dark recess. And voila, we can create a nice color transition between those two colors. When I'm gonna then highlight the gold even more with some mithril silver, I can create more highlights. And same would be for silver tones. Instead of lead belcher, you would then go for Stormhost silver, for example, or mithril silver or something like that, to make some final highlights. I hope that helps. Here, same for the knee pad here, for example. See, I'm painting the upper portion of the knee pad, but leave the lower portion behind. So we get nice transitions in the colors. So battery life is at about 20%. So I can go maybe half an hour here before my battery dies. So guys, be prepared for that. And by the way, if you want to sponsor me a little bit, like I've mentioned before at the start of the stream, I have activated super chats here on YouTube. So if you want to throw me a buck or two, you can do that now. You're not obligated to do that, but you can if you want. But just watching and chatting with me is normally enough. Normally all my stuff on YouTube is for free, and that's all how it is always going to be. There will never be a subscription paywall or something like that for my content. It will always be free on YouTube. Thanks for the advice. I'll try that out the next time I paint. Yeah, hope it helps. And have good success. And I demand to see photos. So, hello to everyone else who has just recently joined the stream. Hello everybody. Hi Hueys. Nice of you to drop in. There's again a face where I'm concentrating and not talking much. Von Guillaume Huot for $2. Great content, much appreciated. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm glad that you like the content. If you have any special questions, don't hesitate to ask me. So, here on top. And thank you that you have now confirmed that the super chat works. I wonder how I will get paid for that. Normally I have AdSense, but I wonder if the super chat is paid separately. My doctor says I have a prerequisition about vengeance. We'll see about that. By the way, did you know that pizza is a pie chart for how much pizza is left? Here, a little bit gold. There, a little bit gold. Okay. And I guess the first gold coat is now done. Yay me. 15% battery life left. So, what else can I achieve in the time that is given to me? How about we paint up the beak? So, we need yellow for that. And we need yellow for that. And a little bit of white. Yeah, that's about it. Billy Bursey, just wanted to say I really enjoy your videos. Thank you for going through the trouble of making them for us. Yeah, no trouble at all. I'm just doing what everyone in the community does. I paint my miniatures. And I just point the camera at what I'm doing. Nothing more. And talking a little bit about it. And no, I'm not the best painter in the world, but hey dear, it's Mo. Hi Mo. Nice to see you. Long time no hear. first yellow. I will now pick out the beak details. How's you? Well, I'm doing well. My sound card is broken, so my Dungeons and Dragons stuff is on a hold right now until I can replace that. And that's also the reason why I'm recording this here on my phone. I maybe have an old one somewhere. Oh, that would be awesome. Shoot me a message on Discord, what you want to have for it, and maybe we can get to an accord. So that was beak layer number 1. Now up to beak layer number 2. Sure, and dear regards from Steffi. Ah, well, thank you, and my regards back to her. Told her I'm on phone with her. Well, nice. Greetings. Yeah, my sound card works in sound output, but in sound input you always hear crackling noises, and nobody can understand me. That's terrible, especially if you're the DM. Now final highlight with some white. I'll be holding out for it. Somewhat stressy these days. Very nice work, by the way. Thank you. I try to do my best. Okay. I think the beak is done. It's nice, nice definition. It is sort of beaky. So, My battery power has now reached its total limits. We have 5%. So, guys, I will make now a final cigarette break, in quotes. While you can ask me anything during that time, and hopefully my battery holds that long. But for the painting, for today, it's done. So if you have any questions left in you, then feel free to ask them. Other than that, thank you very much for checking out my first official live stream here. I hope to stream at least twice a week now. We will see how I can hold up that schedule. And yeah, I hope you liked it. And you could learn something from it. So if you have any leftover questions, feel free to ask them. While I do something unhealthy for me here with my cigarettes. So kids, don't smoke. So since I'm recording this here on my phone, there's normally no such thing as a second camera for the face and then a third camera, especially for the painting palette and something like that, like other pro streamers do on Twitch. This is just a normal hangout stream. So, progressed for today. We made the blue, we painted the first layer of gold, and we painted the beak. I think that is quite some progress. So, and I hope the monetization for the video is not too bad, not too many interrupts during the play. If you replay that now here on YouTube. In the end, let me show you something nice that I've painted recently. So, let's grab this and that. So, this here is my Scorpic Destroyer Lord, and here we have a Necron. This is my new Necron's color scheme. And we'll be probably painting lots of them on stream. Okay, Mo, have a good one. See you. So the goal for my Necron color scheme here is to make them look like they're corroded brass or copper. With some nice glow effects of the green. And I found a new way to paint green power weapons with the help of Tesseract Glow and Dark Angels Green Contrast Paint. So that I will show you the next time we paint some of those little dudes here. Yeah, and like I said, this is now the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for watching and participating and painting along and chatting with me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you again for the super chat we had earlier. And well, we see us in the next video. Do all the YouTube things like subscribe, like, share, hit the bell icon, all the good stuff. And we see us in the next stream. You're Alexandra. Bye.